Joe Rogan, Spotify continues. Now, it should be over. It should be over because Joe has cleared things up. Many people are calling it an apology. Apology might be the correct word. Let's back up just to recent memory. Neil Young came out, was upset with Joe for putting out misinformation as it pertains to the coronavirus. Wants his music taken off or wants Spotify, moreover, to take Joe down. We both can't be here. I won't share a platform with this guy. Spotify did the right thing. And that's not really a tough call. It's truly not. I don't know that Joe is bigger than Neil Young. I've heard many people say that, and that's why Spotify did that. I don't know about that. I don't believe in 20 years people are going to be listening to the Joe Rogan Experience from today. 20 years from now, they will still be listening to Neil Young. So I don't know that I agree with those numbers. But personally, and I'm on Spotify, guys. You can get me on Spotify. You can get Neil Young on Spotify. You did not get Spotify for me. You did not get Spotify for Neil Young. Do you see the difference? Rogan is the only hired talent in that position, and many people came over for him. It would not have been right to have taken their money and then take that away from them. I don't know that was Spotify's decision. I'm updating you in the last week and bringing conclusion to it because that's the way they went. They pulled Neil Young, they left Joe. Joe thought it was important to come out, clarify. Many call it an apology. For some reason, I'm resistant of the word apologize, but Joe wanted to clear this. And he did say the word sorry. So apology is appropriate. But I felt like it was an explanation because Joe said, and I'm going to change the words just a little bit. I'm going to change the words just a little bit based on interpretation, but real close to verbatim. Joe said, I never brought you fake news. I don't bring you any news. My show is not a news show. I have a conversation. That's my show. I try to learn things. I let people say their side. I share my side. They say what they've heard. I say what I heard. We go back and forth. The time runs out. We put it out to the audience. It's a conversation. Joe used the word in this apology/explanation 3 times. He used the word conversation, but I want you guys to hear it 300 times because it was the entire point Joe was trying to make. And Joe made it very effectively, which is, I'm having a conversation. I am not determining anything. I am not an expert in the space. Whatever opinions and or conclusions I come to, I don't even share. I just have a conversation. That's important that you take that away because if you're still mad at Joe Rogan, that's the part you missed. It was a grand slam. In the world of PR and kind of straightening something out, fixing misgivings, this was a grand slam by Joe. This was not a pre-read statement. This was Joe on his own cell phone speaking openly and freely. A little bit surprised with some of the pushback, and I think it hurt Joe's feelings just a little bit because he personally is a Neil Young fan. And he wanted Neil and everyone to know, I hear what you're saying, but please hear what I'm saying, which is why I am repeating it for you because I do think a lot of people missed it. Joe said the word conversation. He said it 3 times and he got up and walked away. I wish he would have stayed on it to let people know what he means by that. What Joe is trying to say is my show is not to get you information. My show is not to encourage you in either or any direction. I'm just having a conversation. I'm letting you hear my natural and first thoughts and responses. I'm letting you hear the natural and responses of the agenda of my guest. But I'm not a news show. I'm a conversation. It's a big deal that you understand what Joe's saying. Now, great. I thought Joe hit a grand slam. I thought it was perfect. The problem that Joe has, Joe's a very smart guy, but I don't know. I don't know if Joe knows this has nothing to do with the pandemic. If Joe had never said the word coronavirus or he swore in a stack of Bibles to never say it moving forward, Joe's going to be in the same spot. One has nothing to do with the other. The pushback on Joe Rogan and the current pandemic are not related. They're pretending it's related. Joe's numbers are massive. Joe can reach 11 million people in one day. To put that in perspective for you, CNN on a good and average night is 1.4 million. All of the cable shows combined come in at 9.8 million. All of them combined are 1.2 million lower than Joe Rogan. That's what Joe's problem is. Joe has power. It did turn political. One side has claimed him as their own. They're wrong. He's not with them. And one side is fighting against Joe. They're wrong too. He's not with these guys and he's not for those. That's Joe's business, right? That's Joe. But people that know Joe personally were looking around going, you guys are wrong and you guys are wrong. It's one of those things. But either way, he said in the primary he was supporting Bernie Sanders. He said in the general he would vote for Trump over Biden. I'm quoting Joe here. That's the problem. It was never COVID-19. It was never the pandemic. That was the problem. And that drew lines in the sand. They've been coming for him ever since. I hope that Joe knows that. I suspect that Joe knows that. But I also want you guys to know that. Because they are picking on one of our own. And one of our own has come out. He didn't ask for help, but he told his side. Just, I like these guys. I like my audience. I like to satisfy them. Just having a conversation. To me, that's reasonable.